If you're just coming into the conversation, apologies. I'll have to make this very quick in terms of introductions. So, Jenna's probably more well known, so we'll keep it short with her. She's the author of a devastating book on her experience in Scientology. She was active during the Anonymous movement, and she's done a lot of interviews on her family and its relationship to Scientology. She's linked to the Miscavige family. And more recently, she hooked up with Aaron Smith Levin, and they had a relationship, which was very public, although Aaron has denied this. And they had a very public breakup where Jenna detailed his, well, to put it mildly, very ugly behavior behind the scenes, as well as sometimes in front of the camera. But her main target in one of her community posts was Nora Ames. So who is Nora? Well, Nora is this very problematic YouTuber. I don't want to call her an activist. I would have to say pseudo activist who has been banging the drum in terms of destroying Aaron. And again, a lot of the criticisms are correct, but a lot of them are also wrong. So Jenna wanted to correct the record that Nora does not speak for her. She doesn't like what Nora's up to, and she feels that Nora cannot be trusted. And I have to agree with most of what Jenna's saying. Now, I don't agree with the entirety of the post because Jenna was also saying some things that I have a lot of disagreements with. However, the third video she put out about her and Aaron was kind of more conciliatory. And she's saying that she got some apologies. She doesn't forgive Aaron, but she's willing to move on beyond a certain point on certain issues. Now, whether you like that or not, that apparently is her stance. But if you go to Nora's videos, you would think that Jenna and her are best friends or that they've been together a long time and this is a very personal issue. Whereas, no, this is just content for Nora and it's mainly her grievances and her issues with Aaron. And she's just manipulating Jenna and what she put out in her videos. I will say this, though. It is good that Nora did her commentaries because now we have preserved some parts of Jenna's videos which she's taken down, which I don't think was a good idea, but that is her decision. And there's a lot in terms of the substance of what Jenna's talking about. And I do think she got a few things wrong. Is Nora misrepresenting Jenna? Yes, she's misrepresenting her positions a lot for her audience. Again, just to be a grifter and make money and catapult herself into a higher position. She's also not really an expert on almost any of these issues, narcissism or personal relationships, much less psychology. So she doesn't really know what she's talking about either. So it's a very, very thin analysis. Just saying that Aaron is abusive, which, yes, we know that. We know that already. And just repeating that over and over again and bring up these charts, 4 stages in a triangle. That's it. Apparently that solves all issues. And obviously we're caught in a paradox that one of the things that Jenna was criticizing is that Nora's just being destructive to be destructive. I would agree mostly that a lot of what Nora does is not very constructive. But there is here and there a solid video. It's rare, but they are there. But still, yes, the tone is mainly destructive. That said, I don't think Nora's trying to destroy the whole community. I think she's trying to destroy the Aaron community and rebuild the community with her in charge. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. But that is the ideal she's striving for. And Nora, of course, could have had a really serious response to Jenna, but obviously that's not really what she's here for. So she did this nearly 5-hour response, trying to listen for about 2 hours. And it was just like, well, this is really not going anywhere. She just kept stressing that Aaron is controlling Jenna. This isn't really Jenna talking, that she's defending Jenna, even if Jenna won't defend Jenna, etc., 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 which is what Jenna was complaining about, that Nora won't leave it alone and saying, well, this is my position, whether you like it or not. Whether she's going back with Aaron, I don't know. Maybe. But it's not true that Nora is, quote, trying to help Jenna. That's really not the main goal of the videos. The main goal of the videos is to help herself, which I think is true. And Nora really didn't dispel anything. Now, Jenna did put out some serious accusations, which I don't think have been verified. So we don't know. But Nora's behavior does not leave you a lot of doubts that she would be saying and doing a lot of these things. So you're kind of stuck. In fact, it's really astonishing that at one point, even one of her supporters was having some doubts, saying, well, what you're doing here is kind of legitimizing what Jenna's saying, that you're just being destructive to be destructive. And of course, Nora just got really angry, like really angry. Didn't respond to the criticism, just said, "Oh, you're making me really angry. I'm really angry now." And there you go. And after a while, this kind of clown show just kept continuing. And I offered some pretty mild criticism, saying, "Well, this is just a lot of gaslighting. You're just not even dealing with the post. You're just lost in your own fantasy world." And for that, I got timed out, apparently, for the whole chat, because I tried to check it back in 1 hour. And it's like, nope, I am still being censored. And yes, Nora has the audacity to complain, "Oh, Jenna's erasing comments. Aaron's erasing comments." Well, I'm not seeing the big deal here, because you just timed me out and offered some criticism, pretty moderate criticism, and you just got really censorious. In fact, her chat is like, "Get rid of him! Get rid of him now! Get rid of him!" So that's where we are, where Nora's just gonna put out these big, long, and very cynical too, by the way. She's not really doing anything with these 5 hours, because again, I tried to go back and check in, and it's just like, okay, she's quoting a Hubbard text, a very basic text, and she's like, "You see? You see? You see?" And any serious questions she got, she just kept going back into her fantasy world, where she apparently is the only innocent ex-Scientologist, and everyone else, they're gonna have to go to jail. They're all executives, guys. They're trying to destroy me. They're all against me. Even though her mother is connected to Narconon, a front group, and I'm pretty sure she qualifies as an executive. So you're like, okay, how does that work? Well, mama apologizes all the time. Rinder apologized to a lot of people. So, yeah, it's not really much in terms of logic or conceptual clarity. There's this really good philosophical book, which I really like, where the author says near the end, because he's very critical of certain philosophies that he's opposing, and saying, well, it's correct to say with this that we have empirical methods, but conceptual confusions. With Nora, we kind of have both. We have empirical confusions and conceptual confusions too. So you get just about everything with her. And if you think I'm being very harsh here, no, I was going to start off much harsher, which we'll get to, because when it came time to solutions for what's going on with Jenna or the Aftermath Foundation or the SPTV Foundation, her recommendation was just so bat crazy silly. I was like, are you serious? That's your solution? That is your solution to what's going on right now. That is what you're seriously proposing. And I'm like, well, I can see why Aaron turned it down. And I don't think he was wrong to turn it down. I think there would have been better reasons to turn down some of her proposals, but I'm like, huh? What? And she's just going full moronic, like, well, they need to do this, they need to do that, do that. You know how much money it would cost to do these things? Like, yeah, how are we going to do that? Are you going to do anything here? You going to volunteer your services? This is pretty much nonsense. But again, I can only speak with confidence of the first couple of hours, which really didn't go anywhere. But I will try to check back in on some of the later 3 hours of hate-filled nonsense. But I don't know. Jenna put out a very troublesome post. There's no doubt about that. But there are serious things to respond to. But that's what Nora's not interested in. She's just going to be like ranting and raving, like, I'm really the Avengers here. Jenna, I've been your guardian the whole time. Yada, 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 yada. Well, it's like, no, you only supported Jenna when she was with Aaron, and you supported Aaron because it was popular thing to do. Now you're siding with Jenna when it's popular, but Jenna herself is saying, yeah, I don't really like Nora. I'm not endorsing what she's doing. I'm very suspicious of what she's up to. And I agree, it's very suspicious. But apparently, the person allegedly Nora's helping is saying, you're not helping me. Please stop this. And Nora's like, I can't believe it. I've been helping her for so long. Okay, well, please provide receipts that you've been helping Jenna for decades. We'd like to see that. Please provide that evidence. Please.